live. Just want to make sure that we're good. Just want to get everything pasted and posted as we get started on tonight. My Instagram is like the best lighting, but it's reversed. How do I pin my comment? There we go. Okay. Hi, welcome to my bedroom. I have not done a stream in my bedroom in a very long time. This is like my personal space. But we're gonna get started. So we have a lot of people who are gonna be joining us tonight. I posted this out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So this is gonna be definitely a great topic that I think a lot of people want to know, a lot of people want to get into, and we're going to get started. So, guys, hello, my name is Genesis Dorsey. I am a business coach, and I specialize in helping business leaders as well as ministry leaders to build their platforms. It's a 3-point process. So it's to build your platform, it's to gather people, which we like to call our tribe. And then, of course, it is to create products or services that feed the tribe so that we can do an amazing thing, and that is to build wealth. And that is really the ultimate goal, and of course, to impact people. And so, of course, if you have a business, you want to make money. Okay, if you have a business, you want to make money. Hey, girl, how are you? So, guys, if this is your first time tuning in, let's go over some housebreaking rules, okay, and what we do over here. So, we actually have class. This is actually a class for us. So, we view these streams as not chit chats, not hey, girl, hey, bro, hey, bro. We actually view what we do over here at genesisdorsey.com as actual classes. So, a lot of the students, as I like to call my friends or my tribe members or my fellow entrepreneurs and ministry leaders, we do take notes over here. So a lot of times you're going to see, or not, well, you're not going to see, but a lot of us, we're going to have a pen and we're going to have some paper, or whatever it may be. A lot of our tribe members, they have, they call them Gigi journals, which I don't mind the name. I don't mind the name of Gigi journals. But, you have journals that you actually take your notes in, because I do a lot of videos. And if you've ever been on my YouTube channel, shout out to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of YouTube content, and I do a lot of live streams where I'm teaching real knowledge that you can apply. And so tonight is for my creatives. I love my creatives. I am a creative. And I started out as a creative, and now I am no longer kind of in that full space, but because that's where I started, I have a special heart for creatives. And a lot of creatives that I meet struggle, and they are burnt out, they are broke. But there's a good portion of them that seem to have like this whole like proud of it thing, like where I'm booked, people love me, okay, yeah, but we don't want to be broke. We do not want to be burnt out. And there's this kind of persona, right, of like the struggling artist, right, where if you're a creative, if you're someone who is intelligent in seeing colors and ways to do things, that there's this kind of struggle mentality to it. And so I'm really big on that. I'm really big, against that. I am not into the struggling artist, into the struggling creative. A lot of times, when we look at earlier centuries, right? Earlier centuries, there were a lot of reasons why artists were broke, right? And when we look at the way that society was set up and structured, right? But when we look at society today, okay, we look at society today, it is a different picture. We're not talking about back in Michelangelo's time, or back in Van Gogh's time, or back in Monet's time, okay? We're talking about 2018. And there are so many ways to make money as a creative. And I'm going to take you through some systems as well. And maybe you've already heard me teach these things, but to be honest, there are a lot of people who've heard me teach these things, but you still have not implemented them, which means that they're not going to work for you unless you have systems in place. So we're going to actually go first over what is a proper system for a creative. And we're going to first make sure that you're using the proper system first. And then once we leave that area, we're going to then go into how to add additional ways to actually scale your business. And so let's first kind of talk about the word scale, okay? Because when we use the word scale, people love to use the word scale. Oh, I have a scalable business. Oh, I have a scalable business. Okay. Well, when we talk about the word scale, we're not just talking about growth. It's not just, you have more employees and you have more people, okay? Because that does not necessarily mean that your business is scaling. What that means is that your expense sheet is scaling, your expenses are scaling. But to actually scale a business, it means that the way that you do what you do is expanding in how you impact people. So a perfect example is, and we're going to get into this, but if I'm a creative, okay, and I say that I am scaling my business, that does not mean that I'm going to, let's say, oh, I'm going to hire 2 more creatives to work for me. That does not mean that you're scaling if you're doing the same activity, right? So we actually are going to learn on tonight how to scale a business, especially a creative business, maximizing your energy, because a lot of creatives make money by the hour. You make money by per project. You make money in a way where literally if you don't work, you don't eat. And that's not a scalable business. Okay, so that's really what we're talking about. It's not scalable if the only way you make money is if you open up your eyes. Because for me, a scalable creative business is that while I'm in this bed sleeping, okay, get my beauty sleep, okay, and staying cute, okay, or if you're a guy, get more handsome, okay, as time passes by, then you need to be making money in your sleep. Okay, and we call that passive income. But it's not just passive income. You want to have a way to passively bring in leads so that when you wake up, you're not doing as much work to produce the money. And that's what we actually look at as a scalable business. You're not putting out as much energy, but you are making more money. Okay. And so we're going to actually we're going to have to really get creative. And one of the areas that we are going to touch on are music artists. And I really wanted to add them in because someone inboxed me and said, hey, does this apply to those in the music industry? And the answer is yes. So if you're someone who's in the music industry, if you're a musician, if you are a music artist, okay, the way that music artists and even musicians are making money, the industry is changing. A lot of these industries in the creative realm are changing. And if you're not becoming smart in how to monetize your skill set, you will really be like everybody else, making money the same way like everyone else. So let's get into tonight's teaching. Hello, guys, to those of you who are on YouTube. Let's have a good time. So let's first talk about the system, the correct systems of a creative. A lot of times, because of social media, a lot of people have the wrong systems on how to acquire their leads. The first thing is that a lot of creators, okay, especially if you're doing this in a full-time manner and you're making the majority of your income through a creative service, okay? So the first thing is that you've got to make sure that you have the right platform or system to collect leads. And so every single service provider, especially if you're full-time, okay, we want to make sure that we have our websites. And your website is going to be seen as the hub, the center for you to gather your leads, okay? So as a creative, my website is going to become my number one way to gather these leads. But is your site built up in a sales way? And this is what we're going to touch on to make sure that you are actually growing your creative business correctly. A lot of people are growing scattered as creatives because, to be honest, most creatives are scatterbrained. Legit. Okay. So we do things in a very unorganized way. This is hopefully not, but this is where a lot of us start, in a very unorganized way. We kind of just like shooting in the sky, kind of shooting stuff and just hoping that stuff sticks, seeing if it sticks. And of course, trial and error is a part of business, but that should not be the permanent system. So I'm going to ask you some questions and you can answer them yourself. Don't type them in. Okay. Okay. But the first question that I'm going to ask you is this. Okay. What's your name and where are you from? Okay. So this is the first thing I'm going to ask. So I want you to comment this in the chat because I got to figure out who do we have joining us. So we did this last night. So if you are on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, first tell me who you are because I'm about to drop some really, really good secrets, some really, really good knowledge. And it's kind of rude to come into somebody's house and not say hello. So you just came into my house, just came into my online platform, and you're probably going to use these nuggets to grow your own business. Some of you are watching now. You aren't going to say hi, but you're going to take my knowledge. You're going to go out here and go resell it. So the least you could do is go say hi. You can at least say hi to me before you take my stuff. Just go say hi. Say hi. So say your name and tell me where you're from so I can know who's in my house because you in my house on tonight. Literally, you in the house. You in my bedroom. Okay. So tell me who you are and where you're from. I want to know where you're from. So hello, guys. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Mo. Hey, Mo from my client, Jaleesa. Hey, Jaleesa. Hey, Jarrett. Hey, Courtney. Hey, hi, guys. How are you? Okay, cool, cool, cool. So be sure to say hello. If you are on Facebook, please make sure that you're sharing this video because I promise you there's going to be a creative who's struggling right now and stressed out, and they need to really watch this video so that they can stop being broke. Okay? Stop being broke and being a joke. Okay? Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Okay. Hey, Boo. Hey, Francis. How are you? Okay, guys. Hey, Shauna. Okay. Hey, Lolly, how are you? Hey, guys. Be sure to say hello. Be sure to say hello. You guys know I love you guys so much, right? That's why I'm on here late at night, 11:41. We're about to hit midnight, and I'm up on here. I have to be in the office tomorrow. Hey, guys. Okay, be sure to say hello. And be sure, again, if you're on Facebook, to share this video because someone needs to watch this who is a creative. Matter of fact, when you share the video, when you write your caption or your post, just say, "Hey, creatives, watch this. All creatives, watch this." Okay, so that they can be in on this. So we're going to be talking about, again, like I said before, we're going to start with, let's say you're making 5 figures in your business, or let's say you are making 5 figures. 5 figures or 6 figures. Usually, for some people, a lot of creatives are making 5 figures per month, and of course, it's technically a 6-figure business, but a lot of times it's a 7-figure business. But it's kind of depends on where you are. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing is that systems, right? So we're gonna first start off with making sure that your site is sales approachive. Is that even a word? Approachive? I just made it up. Okay, that's my new word. Approachive. It's not even a word, but I made it up. Basically, is your site built for sales? So when I go on your website, for instance, there are 2 things that I highly recommend. I highly, 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 highly recommend. So when I go on your website, for instance, right? A lot of creatives, right? I see your prices, I see your packaging, I see all the stuff that it is that you do. Now, I'm not here to judge how your business is set up. I'm not going to tell you that you should take your prices down. I'm not going to tell you that you should put your prices up. However you feel you want to flow, that is up to you. However, if you're more of a premium designer, creative, a lot of times you may use your starting prices, right, to give people an idea of the range. But usually you're going to have a box that they can put in more information because a lot of times we have creatives who are quote based, right? Which is that you don't have set pricing. You want to first figure out what is it that they need, and then you charge them the price accordingly, right? One of the things that I recommend is that don't go into a creative business with flat fees unless you have a very controlled featured list. I've found a lot of creatives where they'll say, "Oh yeah, it's $300," and then they'll get a client, and the client wants like $1,000 worth of stuff, and because you have a flat fee, you've also never indicated that you're going to charge more for the fee. You don't have any information about these extra additional services. So unless you have a very controlled feature list, like for $300 is what you get, for $500 is what you get, for $1,000 this is what you get. Or if you want a custom package, right, they can email you and contact you. But when I go on your site, there are 2 things that I want you to really have. Number one, I want you to have a live chat feature on your website if possible. If you have a WordPress site or a Squarespace site, you can definitely embed them with like a plugin somewhere. That's just one feature. If you don't have a live chat feature, you need to make sure that your website is as big as possible for people to get in touch with you, especially if you are a full-time creative where literally you're getting paid full-time. If you're not getting paid full-time, at least have a number that they can contact and call and leave a voicemail. Because one of the things that I have seen in a lot of creatives is that when it comes to sales, right, you've got to make yourself easily accessible. You got to make yourself easily accessible. And that includes email and phone number. But phone number is a great way to get people through the door because for a lot of people, it just makes like an immediate connection, right? I can just call, I can leave a voicemail, I can text, right? I can get on the phone, whatever, right? But the first thing is you want to make sure that you are easily accessible. If you're not easily accessible, money will never be easily accessible, okay? So we want to make sure that there's easy ways to get in touch with you. Chat, phone number, email, and they need to be in easy viewable places. Don't put it in a hidden place they can barely see it and like they have to click to 3 different pages just to get in contact with you. Let's put it right there on the top bar. Let's put it on your social media. On my social media, it has my phone number. You can text 302-440-3030 to get your coaching. It is clear, okay? And you're going to see me pressing that number a lot more because why? I am big on making sales and closing out deals. So I'm going to be continuously putting out that information so that people can see that I'm not just this company that's like a little web company that you can just shoot some information to. No, I'm a real person. Let's get on the phone. Let's talk today. Okay. And we want to have that kind of energy in a creative business, especially if you are full time. Even if you're not full time, I would rather come home from my job. And then when I pick up the phone or I look in my inbox, I've got voicemails ready, I've got text messages ready, and it's ready for me. Okay. So we want to make sure that those things are set up. So again, is your contact information easily accessible? And is your website speaking a hey, let's work today kind of language? Okay. You don't want it to be where it's like, oh, I'm optional. If you want to work with me, you can, if you want to. No, let's work today. Let's get on the phone today. Let's close a deal today. Let's get you started today. Let's have that kind of language on our website. Okay. The second thing that we want to do as a creative is this. This is really, really big, guys. Really, really big. After we have easy to find contact information, okay, the next thing is that we want to make sure that we have a sales system. How do you track your deals? Now, as a creative, especially if you're service based, now we're going to go into some other ways to make more money, but a lot of people's current systems are broken. Their current systems are broken. So you sharing your email address as a way for people to apologize, because like email address is awesome. It's awesome. But one of the things that I prefer for people to do is once you get their email address, you need to put them into a CRM type of system or a sales collection type of system, not an email marketing system, a CRM system. Now I'm about to give y'all some free creative tools. Free. Okay, so I hope you got a pen and some paper, okay, because I'm about to get your whole life together, especially if you have been a creative that has been posting your email address and your phone number for people to work with you and you have no way to organize your client list, okay? So here we go. Here's the first one. The first free one is one that came out by Fiverr, okay? Came out by Fiverr recently, and they're really big in, of course, in helping freelancers because they are a freelancer-based company, and it's called and.co. and.co, C-O, and.co. It's free, okay? And it is a system where you can send invoices, contracts. You can, why black stuff on my hands? You can send proposals. You can also collect people through a form, okay, where you can input their information and they stay in there, and then you can track them across. If you want to track your hourly, let's say your design work or whatever, let's say you charge them hourly, you can track it in there. Okay, that's one. So that's a free one, and.co. Now, I know, Francis, you talked about how you're using Salesforce and you're also using love HubSpot. HubSpot is amazing. That's the second one that's free. HubSpot, HubSpot. HubSpot is an awesome CRM system for sales. They actually have two sides. They have a marketing side and a sales side. And what I love about their free system is that they work together. So for instance, I can put when you embed their software onto your site as HubSpot, it actually will read the people coming in, and it will actually like track their emails to see if they're coming from a certain company. It will also push them through a system where you can send some follow-up emails. They have some awesome templates for like follow-up meetings, things like that. These are great if you work with some, like, let's say where you work with projects that are more sending documents, doing more maybe in-person type of meetings and calls, not necessarily where you have like a whole bunch of tasks, but that's a great system. HubSpot is a great system to use, okay? HubSpot is so great. And it's a great way to bring in that clientele. HubSpot's really great too, because they have embed tools that you can add to your site that can pop up and bring people into a sales funnel that you have. Basically, that when the moment they come into your sales, they can get a follow-up email, all that kind of stuff. Plus you can upgrade HubSpot, and it's actually worth the money. It is. Salesforce, which is a paid one, which I know Francis is using, you can actually integrate HubSpot with Salesforce. Salesforce is another CRM, but let me give you another one for my MUAs. Okay, I got something for you for my MUAs. Where my makeup artist at? I got something for you on tonight. It's called Honeybook. A lot of MUAs don't have training for, like, it's funny because like when you become a makeup artist, right, your main focus is to get clients, but a lot of people are not coaching on like, how do you grow a freelance MUA business and maintain your clientele and keep them organized? Like, not in your email inbox, because your email right there does not count. Let me say this again. Your email inbox does not count as a client management system. It's so unorganized. It's like all emails in there. I think you can't do that. You need phone numbers organized. You need emails organized. You need to be able to move someone from a paid client to a proposal sent to, listen. So I love HoneyBook. And if you guys want a training on HoneyBook, let me know, because HoneyBook, it is not as hard as you guys think. I will coach you through using it. Okay. But HoneyBook is honestly the best CRM that I have found. Another one's called 17 Hats. Now these are paid ones I'm going through. 17 Hats is another one, but HoneyBook has been a really great resource for me. And also I've been able to lock in a 50% off code. So I love the fact that I get it for $200 a year. It's awesome. But I'm going to recommend HoneyBook. And Amber, if you have any questions on how to use it, I will help you, girl. I will hook you up and take you through the process. What HoneyBook is really great at doing is helping you to send it. It's a funnel system. And when I first started using it as a graphic designer, it was confusing at first. It was confusing. Okay, I will be honest. But then I got the hang of it. Okay. And so let me kind of explain what HoneyBook does. HoneyBook will help you set up a custom form. The reason why it's so confusing is that there's so much that it does. So when you get in there, you're like, whoa, what is this? So that's the reason why maybe I just need to do some like walkthroughs for you guys. Okay. HoneyBook is what I've used as a graphic designer, web designer. Is awesome. It is, if you are a creative, a photographer, HoneyBook was made for creatives. So HoneyBook was made for photographers, MUAs, freelancers, any kind of creative that you can think about. That's what HoneyBook is made for. And it's very powerful. And that's why, like Amber said, it's confusing, because it's a lot. But I'm going to come out with some breakdowns for y'all to help y'all. HoneyBook is a pipeline system. And you can actually, it's so powerful because you can build automations for it. So let me take you through and let me slow it down and break it down for you as a creative. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to want to do in HoneyBook is you're going to want to create an inquiry form. And you can embed that inquiry form onto your website. And the moment that someone comes through the inquiry form, okay, you can customize it where you ask them their budget, what it is they're in need of. You can create check boxes. The moment they come through your pipeline. So they're not coming through, you are going to get an email that, hey, a new inquiry came. But when you log into your HoneyBook, it's going to establish them into the inquiry section. And it breaks, and you can actually create as many pipelines as you want, but it's going to break it out. So anyone who's an inquiry comes in as an inquiry. And then from there, they of course, they've sent you their phone number, their email address. They get set up as a client. And then after that, then you can send them from HoneyBook. You can create proposals from HoneyBook. It's amazing. You can create proposals, and you can either use their sample contracts. You can put in your own contracts. You can create, they even have a proposal breakdown where you can add in, your price structures. They have templates for all sorts of backgrounds. Okay. For web design, for branding, for MUA, photographer. Okay. Anyway, so you can put in your proposal. You can print out your proposal and email it to them, or you can send them a digital version. Okay. Once they look at the proposal, and let's say they email you back, all the emails are tracked in HoneyBook. So you know how people say stuff like, oh, I didn't read it, or I never got it. In HoneyBook, it'll even show you what time your client read it, how many times they read it. Let me tell you something. As a creative, you can get some crazy clients. I'll be like, oh yeah, I never got the proposal. Oh no, it was sent at 6:52, and you read it 3 times. And I know it wasn't an automated message, because automated messages you can only read it once. So you read it 3 times. And I'm not saying that's the way you talk back to them, but it lets you know when people are lying or not. Okay. And so it'll show you, it actually tracks all the emails. Okay. So every email that you guys go back and forth, and it also syncs with your Gmail. So if you have a G Suite, or you have just a regular Gmail as a creative, it will track the back and forth activity. For me, I prefer HoneyBook because it's tracking all the conversations. You can attach files right through HoneyBook as a creative. So if I'm a graphic designer, branding, photographer, everything, I'm going to use HoneyBook. So in HoneyBook, once you send them the proposal, okay, then you can send them the contract. Yes. Yep. That's another platform that's like that. You can send them the contract. They actually can sign the contract digitally right through HoneyBook. It's going to, once they sign the contract, they actually will get automatically moved from proposal sent to, then it's going to be, I forgot what the box is called. It says like proposal signed. Because so all your clients who have signed the proposal will be in the proposal signed box. When you click on that box, they show up. So you actually can see how many of your clients are in different boxes, which is really great. If you are a creative who's having, you're making money every day, every month, you got to track all these clients coming through. Once they go through that, then you can move them into basically the fact that they're actually now in the project. Okay. Once you do that, you can set forth automation flows. So let's say as a creative, the moment that they sign the contract, I need to send them an email that says, okay, hey, welcome to this platform. These are things I need you to get done. And you can set up automation flows based on the kind of client you have. So let's say this is a branding client, and for every branding client, you require them to fill out a certain form, or you want them to set up some things or some systems first, right? Well, you can set that all up. And again, I'm going to have to do some HoneyBook training separately because it's just so much to explain. I don't have the time to do it. Okay. Anyway, you can also accept payment through HoneyBook. It will connect to the bank account, and it's literally an all-in-one system. They sign the contract, they can pay for their first deposit. You can lay it out all in the proposal. It's awesome. So anyway, I'm not going to talk all about, but HoneyBook is actually my favorite. The other reason why I love HoneyBook is that they have a community area where if someone's looking for work in your immediate area or in outside areas, you actually can find projects that you can pitch yourself to for people to work with. Here's the other cool thing that is really cool about HoneyBook. Let's say you cannot do the project and let's say you're a photographer and you cannot shoot them that day. Let's say an inquiry comes in and you can't shoot them that day. Well, if you can actually refer them to another MUA, another photographer, and that way the inquiry can move to the other person. Okay. So again, I'm going to take you through HoneyBook, guys, on some other videos, but as a creative, HoneyBook is probably going to be, in my opinion, your best investment. Okay. Because it's so powerful, and for the price point, you cannot beat it. And I'm also going to make sure that in our next video that we do on HoneyBook, I'm going to give you guys a 50% off code so that you can get it for $200 a month. For $200 a year. Okay. If you think about it, $200 a year split out across 12 months, you can afford it. If you can't afford that, I do not recommend you being in business yet, because you need to stack up some coins because you need a CRM system. Okay. So, and.co is free. HubSpot will help you to collect leads. It's not going to be the best CRM, but it is a great way to collect leads. I highly suggest it if you're someone who wants to, especially if you're like a salesperson, like let's say like you work within a creative team and you are the salesperson, HubSpot is going to be your best friend. Or let's say you hire an assistant, have them implement HubSpot, and they can manage that area. Anyway, so you want to make sure that you have a CRM system. As a creative, if you don't have a CRM system, I don't care how successful you are, you're not organized. So you need to have a CRM system. Okay. And I will make sure I get you guys that code. Okay. So once you have a CRM system, okay, set up on your site, okay, the next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure, that we are expanding how we make our money, which is, I'm sure this is where you guys want to get to. So let's drop into this. When people come onto your site, is it clear what you do? Now, as a creative, I think that it can become one of those things where people see you as one thing, but you're trying to expand into other areas. Like I know for Lady K. Murray Moore, she's doing a lot of creative courses and classes on her Facebook Live. I know she's been doing some online courses. She's helping a lot of creatives make money, get some coins, right? Get their coins. So as you're growing, right? At the same time, Lady K. Moore, she also does things where she's creating all these awesome, amazing bags and purses and custom graphics and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes it can be hard because people see you as one thing, but now you're doing this other thing, right? So one of the things that I want you guys to do is we're going to have to elevate how people see you. As a creative, remember in our last class, we talked about how skills are becoming the next monetization tool within the creative's life, okay? The knowledge that you have can be monetized, okay? The knowledge that you have can be monetized. So if I am what just happened? Okay, there you go. If I am a graphic designer, okay, then I need to start teaching some graphic design courses. If I am an MUA, MUAs, listen to me, y'all. you need to start teaching some MUA classes. Now, if you are just getting started being a makeup artist, this is not for you. Get some weight underneath your belt, okay, so that you can start teaching people, because you do need to say that you have the experience and the expertise and the success first. So I'm not talking to newbies, okay? I'm talking to people who you've established yourself, you have a great portfolio of work, and now you want to start flipping that information and now make some more money. Here is the thing. Take your knowledge and let's monetize this bad boy. So let's talk about how to monetize this bad boy. Okay. I'm going to use my pen as I'm teaching this because I have my notes, but my mind thinks of things and I may want to include. So I'm just going to, just write things down as they come to me because I may want to include some things. And also I like to sketch out things in my mind as I talk. It's just how I am. So the first thing we're going to do is, let's first talk about this website. Let's go back to this website. When people go to your website, now what we need to do is when they come to your website, there needs to be a very straightforward pitch of you being how should I put this? A buy educator. I don't mean that in the sexual way. Okay. What I mean is that people can see that not only do you make products, but you teach people how to make products. Not only are you a graphic designer, but you educate people on how to flow in graphic design. I cannot talk right now. Okay. So not only are you an MUA, but you also help educate other MUAs. So one of the things that I suggest is this can be in two parts. When I come on your website, you should have, of course, an announcement about your expertise, like who you are, what it is that you do, what you're passionate about. But it can't just be, for instance, where I say I'm passionate about makeup or I'm passionate about people. Okay, this is way too basic. We want to be specific on your skill set. And then on the same homepage, I want to see immediate information. Listen to me, immediate information. Okay, so I'm going to say this is my website. Okay, excuse my broken nail. It's getting fixed this weekend. And what I'm going to do is this is going to have right there on the home screen, I'm going to have my pitch. Okay, I'm going to have my pitch right there. Links that are easy to click that will take people to what they want to do. Do you want to buy? Let's say you have a store. Do you want to shop? Okay. Do you want to book a service, or let's say you want to say, do you want to, start a project, or do you want to hire me? Okay. Or do you whatever kind of thing whatever way you want to say it. Then the other one is, let's say you want to say, learn how to become learn how to become an MUA, or become an MUA today, or, learn new skills. Right. So let's say I have like these 3 quick link boxes that are right here on my website. Okay. Because your homepage is the first page that people are going to go to usually. And we've got to make sure that we're not just being seen as, oh, I'm the graphic designer. No, I'm the expert. And this is the biggest problem with a lot of businesses and why they won't scale. You can't scale because, remember, if all you're making money from is you waking up, like the only time you make money, okay, is when you are working, you're not scaling. Okay. So for me, my business is a scalable business, because what I did was I took my creative tools and knowledge and I mastered them and changed them into products. So yes, I still do coaching that is physical, but now the majority of my money coming in is actually passive. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm seeing Square deposits that happened late last night because I have mine on same day. So every single day I wake up, I'm seeing deposits coming in. It's a great thing. I see them coming from my website. I also see them coming in from my courses. So I'm coming from Stripe. So like literally when I wake up, I'm seeing deposits. Like that's how it works. And the reason why is because I just didn't say, you know what, I'm just going to be a graphic designer. I started off in the graphic and web design world. But I've scaled it to where now I'm teaching people on how to do what it is that I do. So that's what we want to do. Okay. So we want to have these quick links, and we want to make sure that even on your Instagram, on your Facebook, that people don't just see you as the person that does, but the person that teaches. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's how we're going to do this. Now, let's talk about how we're going to scale it in these other ways. Okay. So, of course, you're going to have your services because you still want to be doing those things. And actually, you can make a lot of money in service space because passive is great. But I'm going to add this as well. You want to keep that service money because especially if it has a huge ROI. So I'm like, for instance, for me, For my VIP client days, I make 5 grand in 2 days. I make 5 grand in 2 days. I show up to my client. We spend 6 hours on each day, and I'm laying out their business literally in two. Like I lay everything out for them, their systems, funnels, everything. Right. So when I show up in those 2 days, I make 5 grand. Okay. And I'm out the door. Now, for me, that's great because all I gotta do is show up for 2 days. I'm out the door. And a lot of times that's gonna be way more money than I would passive. But you want to have both because passive is great because you can build up passive. And as you build up your tribe, you're going to make more money. But I also like service based because I can make a lot in a short amount of time, if that makes sense, right? So we want to keep both. So I want to keep my services. But remember, as you become a greater expert, you can actually charge more on your services. So this is the funny part. This is why a lot of creatives are missing it. The more you show yourself as an expert, the more you can charge for your services. The less you show yourself as an expert, people will put you in the category that they will rate you as when it comes to graphic design. Again, people will say, "Oh, who needs a graphic designer?" And I told people, stop tagging me because I'm not in those groupings. I'm not in the $50 logos and the $100 websites and the $40 websites. And I'm not in that grouping. Don't put me in there, okay? I'm not in there because see, now that I've shown my expertise, I don't just build websites. I build systems, okay? And so you've got to make sure that you're beginning to separate yourself. The Bible says to come out from among them, okay? But that's the truth. You need to come out from among them, and the way that you come out is by establishing yourself as an expert. Okay. So as I establish myself as an expert, then what happens is that elevates my worth. Does that make sense? Okay. So services. Now we're going to talk about passive. So here's the thing that we're going to do. We're going to do courses. We're going to do courses. We're going to do courses. Yes. And so people ask me, what are my favorite platforms to use for courses? My favorite platforms to use are going to be Thinkific, Teachable as the free platforms, but my favorite platform of all time is Teachery. So again, how do you establish yourself as a creative to make more coins? You got to show yourself as an expert. Showing yourself as an expert is not in doing graphic design. This is what we've got to get. This is why a lot of creatives are struggling. I'm over here like, come up, sir. Come up, ma'am. Come up. Okay, listen to me. You don't establish yourself as an expert creative, okay, by just doing great graphic work. Because there are many creatives who can do great graphic work, who can do great makeup, who can do great hair. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you did your teacher. I'm so glad, lady. Yay. Okay. You have to, it's more than that. Okay. Why? Because you're going to remain in the group. You're going to remain in that group where when people say, hey, I need an MUA or hey, I need this, you're going to be one of the 5 million that they tag. Okay. And I don't have time for that. Okay. I have time to be the one of 500 that people have tagged when they say they need a graphic designer, web designer, creative photographer. Okay. I want it to be where if you're looking for the best, you need this person. But then here's the thing. I want to be even elevated more. So now it becomes, no, this person is an expert at graphic design. There's a difference between someone who does graphic design and someone who's an expert. Those who are experts make more money, but it's not through doing more graphic design. It's going to be through now being seen as an expert of graphic design. This is why you got to separate yourself. And see, when people don't separate yourselves, I mean, you're great at what you do, but you're capping yourself, which means that you don't have a scalable creative business. So that's on you. But I'm trying to help you make more money. Okay. So I want to help you make more money. Okay. You don't have to listen, but if you want to, you can. So what I'm going to have you do is I want you on your website. Let's make some edits then now to our websites. When people go to your website, you should have a bio or an about you, not an about the company, but now we're going to start to make this about the expert. Okay. Now let's say you have a business where it's like, it's say it's called like Dorsey Designs, where it's more of like an agency. Okay. Doesn't matter. You see the thing about this is I'm going to break this down to y'all so y'all can get this. If you are an expert, okay, let me tell you something. The way that well-known agencies are known are by the designers that are in the house. So when you look at agency houses, okay, and we're looking like, let's say I'm looking at this company. Well, who's the head principal designer? Okay, who is the agency owner? Who are they? What have they done? And then when you read their bios, you're like, whoa. Okay, yeah, our company wants to work with them, but we're not going to bring them in just as a graphic designer. That's when you stay down here. We're going to bring them in as an agency to help our company grow and help our vision expand. That's how you make more money. Now you're coming in not as a designer. Now you're coming in as an expert, a consultant. Okay. So now we're leveling things up. So I can now go from just being a makeup artist to know this is an MUA expert. And now she can educate us on being a makeup artist, or they can educate us on improving our makeup brand or whatever it may be, right? So now I'm not just collecting regular coins, I'm collecting now some expert coins. You will make more when you collect expert coins as well as service-based coins. Now you may say, well, Gigi, I don't have the time for that. Well, that's why in your business, you need to start thinking about hiring. But I've got to know how much money I need to make, and I need to know how much I'm going to charge. And so this is why you have to become an expert, so that you can start making some expert money, so that you can start hiring other people, so that while you're out here setting the vision, you've got people below you who are helping you helping you expand to go with it. Okay. So this is why you want to edit your bio, you want to edit that bio, and you want to turn yourself into an expert, okay, on what's the knowledge that you have, who are you passionate about helping in the industry, things like that, okay? Then the other thing that I want you to change is that your menu needs to change. So we're going to have services, but then we also need to start having a section where it's like a learning section where people who want to learn can learn. Now, here is where I'm going to do a split advice thing. In my opinion, if you're going to launch like a full-fledged school, like let's say you're going to launch like a full-fledged learning school for creatives or graphic artists or photographers, MUAs, whatever you want to call it, or musicians or music artists, because I'm going to tell you something, a lot of musicians, they have such a capped income, and I just wish they would get this. I wish they could get this, because you can make so much money teaching people on what it is that you already know. Okay. So one thing that I'm going to suggest is that you can also do a separate brand under the same company. So this is like where, let's say, for instance, I'll give a perfect example. Okay. So you know how Coca-Cola, right? There's Coca-Cola, but then there's the Coca-Cola company, and they have all these separate brands, right? So you have Dr. Pepper, of course, you have Coca-Cola, you have Sprite, right? And these are separate brands. Well, you can actually house your business under a main brand, okay? And then have umbrella brands where your design service company or your photography business is one company, and then your education-based business is the second company. That's actually how I would personally do it. It's actually what I have done. Right. So for me, I have genesisdorsey.com. Okay. And then you have your P3 University. Okay. Which is actually under the Gigi umbrella, under the Genesis Dorsey umbrella. Right. And then I have a membership brand coming out, and that's under the umbrella. So that's what I would recommend. Now, when we're doing that, okay, this is what you're going to then have to do. You're going to need to build you're going to need to build it as a separate brand, because if I'm coming to you for services, I'm not coming to you for DIY. I'm not coming to you for courses. Now, you can link it to your site, but I don't want it to be where it's taking over your site. Okay. So in that case, that means that you should do your own social media for it. It should be a separate social media. It's the separate social media account, because you're about to make some massive coins in that area, and you don't want to saturate your main brand that's coming in with custom work to be saturated by that stuff. Like, we're not going to do that. Now, again, if let's say I'm promoting on my personal Facebook, that's different, but in a structured way, we want to make sure that they're separate, so that the learning area and the service-based area, they can be connected, but I'm not going to have one saturate the other. Does that make sense? Okay. So now that we're doing that on our website, okay, we're now going to make sure that on our learning brand, that we're doing courses. And the thing that I suggest, that I saw a lady doing, that I'm so glad that she's doing, because she's such a smart move, live classes first. So use social media to build up your learning tribe. Okay, that's what I call them. They're called a learning tribe. I'm calling a learning tribe. Okay. Your learning tribe are going to be like, you're kind of tilling the ground, usually like your personal Facebook, like I'm doing, your YouTube, all that kind of stuff. And you're going to begin to till the ground to build up your email list. Okay. To build up your school. And so what you're going to do is you're going to get MailChimp, MailerLite, ConvertKit, whatever kind of email marketing system that you prefer to use. And what you're going to do is you're going to start putting it out there. online. You'll start putting that out there online. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, this is a huge moneymaker. But if you're not doing it consistently and not talking about it consistently, y'all, you're not gonna make no money off of it. Okay. But if people see what you're doing, they're like, yo, I want to learn. I want to learn how she's doing that. Okay. Well, then guess what? Once a week, y'all, let's try to promote it. Okay. Let's try to promote it on a consistent basis. Okay. And so with doing that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start gathering some tribe members to form this school, this academy, school, whatever name you're going to call it. Like, for instance, Nina has what's it called? Fashionomics, right? So you're going to form that tribe, and that's going to become your school. Your school's going to have online passive courses that are self-paced courses, but the best way to start getting students immediately is live courses where, okay, we're gonna do an online course. It's gonna be for, let's say $49, $97, whatever it may be. And you're gonna start building it up, kind of just to start kind of getting your feet wet, okay? We're gonna use Zoom. I love Zoom. Zoom is one of my favorite platforms, and it's what I use on a consistent basis, do all my classes that are live classes. I also use Zoom to record, okay? I also use Zoom to record my even my self-paced courses, because I can hit the record button, it'll record it, it'll put it up in my cloud system, and Zoom's only $10, so it's well worth the price point. And then I download the video and put it up into my online self-paced course. Bam, 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 we're good. So we're going to do live classes to start tilling the ground, because here's the thing. You got to start building momentum immediately. And so if I'm going to start coming out as an expert, I've got to start instantly plugging people in instead of them waiting for an online course. I want to, hey, let's learn today. Let's learn this weekend. Okay. So just like what I'm doing online here, you need to start doing a couple freemium classes. Freemium. Okay. Freemium are things like this, where I'm giving you some generalized great tips. I'm not giving you specific coaching, like where, for instance, like, okay, guys, like for instance, a paid class out of this, which is something that I'm working on right now, is I'm going to be doing a specific self-paced course that's based in teaching MUAs how to monetize. Okay. So that's going to be a specific class. Okay, I'm not doing it on this video because this is the freemium. Okay, so you're going to use these to begin building your learning tribe. Okay, that's what we're calling them, your learning tribe. So again, we have live courses, we have self-paced courses. Let's talk about product development. Okay, if you're an expert, you should at least have one course or workbook in your tribe, like for your tribe. Okay, but it should be based in what it is that you teach. And it should become the core product. My core product is Boss Builder. Boss Builder has become my best. I mean, that book it sells every day. I wake up and I'm seeing sales for Boss Builder. That is my book. And Boss Builder, I wrote it because of that. I did not have a workbook that was based in tribe building. And so I'm over here teaching about tribe building every day. And there's no workbook. There's nothing for them to learn. I have ministry leaders like, how do I build a tribe? And I'm like, I have nothing for you. But now that I have Boss Builder, it's a ministry, it's a business and ministry workbook that takes them in 30 days on how to build their tribe. So you need to have at least a workbook or a book that is based as a core product, not 3 random products, but a core product, not a planner, not a journal. They don't count. A actual where you're given some real core principle teachings and it becomes the cornerstone product. Every great expert has a cornerstone book, a cornerstone product that will become the foundation of their business. You need to have one. You need to have one. Okay. So that's the thing I got to have. That is the passive way, but that also becomes a great product base for my learning tribe. Okay. So if I'm an MUA, I need to have an MUA one-on-one book. I got to have one, how to become an MUA, how to, whatever it is that you're going to, whether it's a hairstyle, a freelancing, how to become a freelance MUA, how to become a hairstylist, how to fill those seats. Now, do not give me the excuse of, well, somebody else I know, they have a workbook and, they talk about this too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have your own tribe. And this is the thing you have to realize, that everybody has their own. There are people out here. There are millions and billions of people, guys. Okay. There are millions and billions of people. There are millions and billions of people. There's probably people watching this right now who do exactly what I do. Okay, I have my own tribe. I'm not nervous or scared because someone else out here does what I do. I attract my own tribe. You have to be very confident in who you are to learn that there's a ton of money out here and people want to learn how you've been able to do what you do. Now go out here and monetize it. Go monetize a vendor list. Go monetize the manufacturing list. Go make money from it. But don't sit on the idea and just be like, oh yeah, no, we don't do that. Okay, so we're going to do the courses. We're going to do the self-paced. We're going to do a one-on-one core product workbook or book that is essential. Okay. Then we're going to offer a service that is connected to our self-paced. So this is how we create the circle effect. Okay. So for instance, let's say I am a makeup artist. Okay, I'm not. Let's say I'm a makeup artist and I want to monetize my knowledge. Okay, and I'm gonna do the one-on-one core product. I'm gonna do the self-paced courses. Every self-paced course, guys, needs a one-on-one. So you got to give a one-on-one class, a one-on-one book, a one-on-one class. Okay. Okay. So I'm doing that. I got a one-on-one. I got a two-on-one. Okay. I've started brain dumping, and actually, I have a video that is on this. That's on like how to do like the one-on-one class, stuff like that. So I'll post it out here on social media so y'all can get that. Anyway, so once I'm doing all that, okay, and then of course I got my live classes and things like that. The next thing I'm gonna do, okay, is I'm gonna circle around and offer either coaching or consulting for those who want to go deeper. Because here is the thing. Okay, for me, for instance, I'm about to open up this P3 University, and so we're gonna have a lot of online experts coming on with online classes, awesome people, and each one of these experts have what they have services that they can provide. So let's say someone's watching the copywriting class with Jared, right? That we have launching with him, and once they get done watching that, they're like, okay, great, I'm learning how to do my own copywriting. It's going well. Now I need to hire a copywriter. Well, bam, there's a service that can be provided for that. So this is why we're going to use passive to then plug in some higher price point plugs that we can get. So yeah, you came and watched the $197 course, but guess what? For $997, I can work with you for 3 months and I can help you get from here to there. So now I just took someone that, okay, I'd only got 197 from them. Now I'm going to add on an additional 1,000 for 3 months. Let's say I do 2 coaching calls a month, 6 coaching calls with homework in between. That's preset. $1,000, and that's just a base price. Okay, so I know for me, I charge $12.99. Technically, there's more discount. Like for instance, I have a new membership club for women launching soon. That's $97 a month. It's called the Power Table Society. The thing's about to be bad. So I have a $97 program. So I have clients who are coming through the $97 program. It's a monthly mastermind. We meet once a month and we have some membership features. So once you go through that, you may say, okay, you know what? I'm loving this mastermind. I've gotten all these ideas every month from this mastermind. I'm executing them, but you know what? I think I need some more help. So then guess what? We're going to have some Power Table Society services that will help them to level up. Of course, you got to pay more because it's not group coaching. It's not self-paced. Okay, this is me working with you one-on-one. Yes, there will be additional charges. But now I'm taking something that is passive or let's say more simpler based, and I'm adding a layer of income on top. So when you're mapping out how you're going to build out this like expertise based program, whatever, you also want to make sure that you're offering some VIP experiences, some, hey, I'm going to fly in, and meet you kind of thing, where I can fly into you. I can help you get all your stuff up, right? And we can get your plan together. So one of the things I always ask people is, make sure that you have some tiered layout services, right, to help your brand grow. Y'all got that? Instagram, I think is, okay, Instagram's still here. Good, good, good. So that's how we're going to diversify our brand. We're going to take ourselves from being known as just a creative to an expert, and then we're going to add some layers of dispensing knowledge. The other thing that I want you guys to do is have a YouTube channel. YouTube has helped me tremendously. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is you guys need to have a YouTube channel. Okay, I know, believe me, if you follow my steps, you're gonna make the money. Just follow my steps, y'all. Just please don't go out here and do what you want to do because it's not gonna work. Do what I tell you. Okay. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna make a YouTube channel. Every expert should have a YouTube channel. because you need to come out with some expert-like videos that are, let's say, 5 to 20 minutes, where you are actually giving this expert level knowledge, these like kind of premium topics, right? So, like, let's say you have a video call, let's say you're a graphic designer, web designer, and you actually have an agency. And I'm going to take my, I don't know what's going on with my Instagram. My Instagram is acting funny. Okay, there you go. So let's say, for instance, I'm a graphic designer, web designer. I've actually owned an agency, and now I want to teach people how to start their own agencies. Or I'm a freelancer, and I want to teach other people how to start their own freelancing businesses. So guess what I'm gonna do a video on? How to start your own graphic design freelance business. I'm going to also do a video that may be called, let's say it's something on how to charge your worth as a graphic designer, as a web designer. Now, if you don't charge your worth now, don't do the class, okay? But the point is that I'm gonna have like these kind of like searchable. I'm gonna have these searchable titles, right? Where I'm giving out this knowledge, and I'm going to take those videos, and I can use those as freemium videos for my incoming tribe members to watch, so that they can say, okay, you know what, this person is an expert. I'm already learning from them. Awesome. Okay. So that way you have some like preset video content to show them, to then say, okay, listen, now that we've got you through here, let me show you about some products, not products or services, but let me show you your next step in growing your freelance business, which is, let's say you pitch them a self-paced course. Right. And you want to also, like we said before, you want to pitch them the solution. I've talked about this in many videos. So for instance, I'm teaching you right now, right, on how to grow a creative service business from 5 figures to 6 figures. It is doable when I'm adding a service-based business, and then I'm adding online training. It is easy to get there. To me, it's actually easy to have a 6-figure business without even doing classes. I mean, you could charge your worth and find great clients and get 6 figures. But I'm showing you an additional way to have additional income. And so what I'm going to encourage you guys tonight, because we're done, I'm not going to spend all night going into this because we'll have more. But let me just do a rehash on what I'm going to encourage you guys to do. If you're someone who has a great portfolio already established and you've done great work, but you found in your heart that you're like, listen, Gigi, this is just not working. I'm just not working. I want you to put it out there. Just start putting it out there to your tribe, online, social media. Hey guys, I'm going to start coaching. Let's not use the word coaching. I'm going to start teaching. I like the word teaching. I'm going to start teaching, these kind of people, whatever your group, whatever your tribe or expertise is, to do this. Who would, not who would be interested, but let's say we say something like, how many of you would love to start earning, let's say, an additional $2,000 in graphic design or in freelancer, right? Because let's say that's just a great base. Putting out a number figure is actually great, very helpful, because people want to learn how to make more money. And if you're someone who has done that, then you can monetize that, right? You can teach it. Okay. So a lot of times people want to do these in-person classes, like, oh, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to teach people how to dance. Okay, well, that may be great. But let's first start online, because now you got to think about getting a space, getting people to physically come out. We live in a very self-paced world. Everything is DIY. Look at Alexa, right? Everyone wants to be able to speak into something and it do something. So because we're in this self-paced world, let's make some classes. The hilarious thing is this, guys. You can sell above whatever is the ignorance below. So let me explain what that means. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be 2 steps above the person below you, where the ignorance is, right? And ignorance is not a bad word. Ignorance just means knowledge not learned, okay? So let's say, for instance, the person below you, and I'm just talking about level of knowledge, right? Let's say I have a background story where I came from, let's say, a really rough neighborhood, and I changed my life around. And, now I've achieved a lot of goals, become successful, been able to really set myself up, budget and all that kind of stuff. Right. And let's say I want to use, because, you'd be surprised when I talk about skill sets, y'all, it's all types of skill sets. Okay. Let's say I'm somebody who started a freelance business with only $50 in my pocket. Okay. That's a story right there. What I could do again is I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to pitch it. Okay. And you don't have to be the expert that knows how to grow $1 million business, right? You just have to know, if you say, listen, I know how to make $5,000 every month doing graphic design. There's somebody out there who's only making $200 a month. That's a place to start. So when I talk about learning, guys, I'm talking about as long as you've reached a certain level, you can begin teaching people, but you can't lie. You can't say, oh, I can teach you how to make $1 million business and you haven't made $1 million, right? Or you haven't helped someone make $1 million. Would you recommend classes for a handyman business? Yes. OMG, yes. Because here's the thing, guys. You know what? Instagram, you only have a minute. You know what? On Instagram, you're about to run out of time. I'm about to restart. Hold on. I'm about to come back because it's about to end on time. Hold on. Guys, I'm trying to look. This is where the money's at. I'm trying to tell y'all, please take advantage of what I'm teaching you right now, please. Okay. Here's what's happening. We talked about this last night, but this topic tonight is perfect with what we talked about last night. The workforce is changing. Okay. The workforce is changing. And so what's happening is that people are having to become much smarter with their skill sets, right? So a perfect example is you've been making money from graphic design. You've been making money from being a handyman or whatever it is that maybe. And someone out there can say, hey, I'm a handyman, or I want to be a handyman, but I don't know how to make money from it. Well, they can learn from you. But you've got to do what I taught last night, which is you've got to show up consistently. I mean, to go out here and start teaching people, you're basically starting your own school. So you can't hide under a rock and start talking about, oh, yeah, I want to help people. You got to go out here and you got to be visible. Okay. You've got to be visible. Okay, Amber, how to identify who you want to teach? Say you want to teach 2 audiences. Give me an example of the 2 audiences that you're talking about so I can give you, navigate that question. I think it's a great question because someone may have a similar question. So define, give me 2 audiences. If you have questions, this is probably the best time is to send them in. So like I said before, we're moving into a trade skill-based world. So if you have skills, you can, okay. So Amber's an MUA, and she's asking me, her 2 audiences are teaching everyday women how to do their makeup and then how to teach aspiring MUAs. So here's what I would do with that. So your regular MUA site where people book you, right, for you to do their makeup, I would do the everyday women learn how to do their makeup on that side of your site, on that side of your brand, because technically, in that DIY space, that would fit. That would not come in on my MUA site, right? I'm gonna have a section like a blog, and then some products on teaching. It's like, for instance, if I sold makeup. Let's say I have a makeup brand, right? And I sell makeup because actually that would be a great other source of income with that. So I'm teaching everyday women on how to do makeup, and they're going to be using my brushes, my toolkits. Let's say I have like an everyday woman toolkit that I sell, right? And I use that to teach people how to do their makeup, right? So that would go under my MUA site because that on that same site, they can book me, they can buy their makeup kits, and they can also get the blog on how to do everyday makeup. The aspiring MUA is a separate brand. Does that make sense? So that's how I would separate it. That would be a whole separate brand. Because if I don't want people are coming for me to teach them on how to do on their makeup, right? Not me teach you how to start your own business. So that will be different. How do you streamline what you should offer in a course when you are a multi-creative? So that means that your school would probably be a more diverse type of school. So like, for instance, if I know with you, for instance, like you basically have like a full-fledged agency kind of setup. So if you have like a full-fledged agency kind of setup, or in other words, let's say like you are a photographer and a makeup artist and you want to teach them on how to do both, then you would need to launch a school that brings them together. So like you would want to come up with a name that does, like, you would not launch a school that says photography and makeup school, you know. That's like when Chinese eateries, they launch a store that just says Chinese food. You're like, what? What? It's just so common. You want to think of a name that basically puts them under an umbrella. That way, when they come to your school, they can learn different things. That's actually what I'm doing with P3 University. So with P3 University, mine is an umbrella where I'm teaching them on how to build a platform, gather their tribe, and launch products and services. So I actually have experts in those 3 separate areas. So that's why I call mine P3 University. I didn't call it, Funnel University because it wasn't just funnels. It wasn't just copy. It was going to be several things. So I called mine P3 University, which is growing your platform in 3 ways. Right. So do something like that and then have it to where your tagline, okay, is something that brings them together. And that way, you actually will gather more people because you're reaching more people. But again, that has to be within your expertise, right? So as long as it's your expertise, do that. Here's the other way to scale this money. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. So if I am teaching people through self-paced courses, all that kind of stuff, right? The other thing that I can do is when he was talking about like the having different skills, right? This is the thing that came to my head that I did not talk to you guys about, which we're going to talk about really quickly, is that I can also offer spaces for complementary experts. Let me talk about this. This is a great way to make a lot of money in courses. So in my P3 University, right? In my P3 University, I knew that I do not have time to teach all these classes. Like, I'm not going to be doing this. So what I did was I am actually currently building up a community of teachers, right? Who can teach things that complement within my field, but I'm not going to teach on. So like, for instance, right? If I am an MUA artist, well, do you know one of the things that MUAs need to do? They need to set up their business. Okay. They need to make it a real business. So guess what you could bring on? You could bring on someone and pitch them. This is what I've done. And it's a great idea. And it actually has brought me some really great relationships, because there are people like, for instance, like Jared Hammonds, he teaches on copywriting. I'm not a copywriter. Okay. I'm not a copywriter at all. I'm great at words, but not like that. So my audience has always been asking me, how do I write for my Facebook ads? How do I write for my products and my services? How do I, he does direct response copy. Like, how do I do that? Right? Actually, he's on there. Hey, Jared. How do I do that? So for me, I'm not going to sit up here and figure out how to do it. I'm going to say, listen, Jared, do you want to come on my platform? You build the course. And as long as I just get a small cut, you're good. Because you're the expert, not me. So when you're the expert, guys, you don't get the biggest cut. Okay. Because you don't know everything. You don't know everything. Okay. You give them a good, healthy cut. That's what I did. So now I can offer copywriting underneath my platform for my platform builders, and they don't have to go out somewhere else to get a copywriting course, right? They can be in P3 University. Oh, I'm going to enroll in Jared's class, and it's not me teaching it; it's Jared. So as an MU, this is how you got to think expansive, think big. This is how we're going to scale this bad boy. Okay, I'm not going to think small. I'm going to think about how can I capture as many of my tribe audiences and not have them go somewhere else to get the knowledge. Because I don't want to sit here and say, oh yeah, I teach MUAs how to make money or how to grow their business. But then, okay, now they're going to another coach or another platform to learn how to do their budget, on how to do their financing, when they can get that all within your platform, right? So if I'm a hairstylist and, I need, let's say, I want to teach salon people how to get their first building. I'm going to hire, I'm going to say, listen, you're a real estate agent, you're a commercial real estate agent, you have expertise. Can I bring you onto my platform? Can you do a one-on-one course on how to search for commercial real estate as a salon artist? What are some things I should be looking for? What kind of furniture should I be shopping for? If you can teach that, that's great. But whatever you can't teach that your audience or your tribe needs, and you can do it in a self-paced course, listen, give them a contract and let's roll. Okay, so that's a great way to not burn yourself out on providing the knowledge. And that way too, I'm not responsible for doing the courses. Like, they create the courses, I set them up. They give their expertise. I'm good. Okay. That's a great way to build a passive income, even more passively, because you don't have to do all the work. So now all my team has to do is, like, for instance, in December, we're doing 12 days of Christmas. And so on December 13th, we start 12 days of Christmas. And that's when we start rolling out our experts for 2019. These are going to be the people that my tribe is going to see all the time in P3 University. And so they're going to have their courses set up and everything. And so all I have to do is have them submit their courses, and I upload the coursework, and we're good. Okay, so it's a great way to build this knowledge empire for your tribe. Okay, guys, so we are done. Are there any questions? Because I think we've covered a lot on how to really grow this knowledge-based business. Okay, I think we're good. And this is the big thing too. A lot of times we do collaborations and we bring people on our platforms to talk. But for me, I'd rather do a course. I would bring them on a talk, but I'm also going to do a course with them because of the fact that I can monetize passively off of their knowledge, right? And then they can monetize, right? Because they're going to cut, right? But my biggest thing is I'm feeding my tribe. So a conversation is great. Like bring them onto your Facebook Live and talking is great. But what's even better is they are giving your platform a course, and now your tribe can eat from the fruit. And now I'm seen as a genius because I'm feeding my tribe. And they're like, oh, Gigi, I don't even have to go anywhere for a budgeting class. You got a budgeting expert right here, right? Especially for their target market. Okay. So are you guys good? I think we've covered a lot. So here's what we're going to do. Guys, I've enjoyed tonight's class. It has been awesome. Here's what I'd love for you guys to do. If you would like, let's say you're creative and you're like, Gigi, I really enjoyed this. And I would love, love, love for you to do some more classes on this, for you to offer some expertise on this. Then here's what I want you to do. I want you to simply drop an emoji, or you can drop a comment, whatever you want to do, and say, hey, Gigi, I would love to learn more in the creative world on how to make more money. Please drop your information, because I did promise a lot of creatives on doing coaching for creatives. And basically, what that means is I'm basically going to look at the structure of your business you have. I'm going to read through your books, your financial books, and see what the heck's going on. Because in these past couple of weeks, woo, I read through some financial books from some creatives, and I said, why are you struggling? And it was because there was a lot of missteps. So if you're someone who says, look, Genesis, I would love to sit down with you on a coaching call so that you can go through my stuff, help me, then here's what I want you to do. Again, just drop it down, say, hey, Gigi, I enjoyed this. I would love to learn more. I would love some coaching. Just tell me what it is that you need, and my team will do that. Now, for HoneyBook, let me get y'all this code. Y'all want the code now? Because I can give y'all the code now. Give me a second. Let me give y'all the code for HoneyBook. I can give y'all the code for this. So the night was awesome. We learned so much stuff. If you want to watch if you want to rock, can't talk. I'm so excited that I can't even talk. Like I get so guys, I get so excited at teaching you guys that literally there are moments when I can't talk because like there's so many things I want to say. And one of the things I'm learning is how to slow down and talk. It's just so hard. It's so hard. It's like there's so much stuff I want to talk to you guys about because I want to help you guys so much. It's like it's like 15 words are coming out of my mouth for like one thing. Anyway, let me give you guys this code because I need help. Let me give you guys code. So HoneyBook gave me this code. Now, guys, this code is not a free trial code. It is for you to pay for the platform, but it's worth it. I use it without any doubt. Okay. So it's not a code for you to get a free trial. They may give you a free trial. I don't think so, though. I mean, I don't know. I pay for it in full. Like I swipe my card so fast. Okay. You guys, code. Hold on, guys. You guys, this code so y'all can get this discount on HoneyBook. Okay, okay. This is not the code. This is only 20%. I want to give y'all 50%. Hold on, y'all. Y'all want this? Y'all want this 50% code? Hold on, hold on. Because it was just up in my comments. Because HoneyBook, I had gave them a great review, and so they, a lot of people actually have signed up for me commenting on one of their posts. So I just want to give y'all guys this thing. Hold on. I said HoneyBook. That's why it's not coming up. Y'all pray for me. Okay, let me give you guys this code. It's a 50% off code. I want to say it's for your first year. Can't confirm that, but it's worth it for at least the first year. So at least you can start using it. Y'all, they were running the 50% code off for Is it the end? Wait, hold on. There's actually a regular code though. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to give y'all all this code. There's actually a 50% off code, but they were running. I think it was for Cyber Monday, the 26th. Oh, that was 3 days ago. No, there's a code that I need to get y'all. I don't want to keep y'all up. I need to find this code though. I do not want to keep y'all up, but there is definitely a code that I had, and I'm gonna find it really quickly. Here it is. Right, I found it. I found it. Here's 50% off code. Y'all ready? It is family 50. I'm gonna post it. Okay, it's family 50, and you get 50% off your first year. Here's the code. It is family 50. I'm going to put in here. Now, remember, this is for the service-based side. Okay? It's for the service-based side of your business. So that's the code. Okay? For you to use HoneyBook, okay? And that's the 50% off. Okay? So, guys, we covered a lot. The next class that's coming up is, let me look at my, so I can give out days. I'm gonna post it anyway, but I'm gonna tell you guys in advance. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys in advance. So yeah, okie dokie. The next class coming up is on December the 1st, and it's going to be, let's say, make sure I'm at the right time. My calendar is way too small right now. Hold on, y'all. I'll tell you. I'm gonna still announce it, but 12 noon. So it is December the 1st at 12 noon, and we're talking about the $90 business. We started off last night about the $100 business, how to start your business off with $100, but we only spent $10 in our first video because it was so much free stuff that you can use. So we're going to be talking about the $90 business, how you can grow your business or launch or start your business with not a lot of funds. And so it's called the $90 business. So that'll be not tomorrow. Okie dokie. It'll be Saturday, December the 1st at 12 noon. Okay, so December the 1st at 12 noon, and that is Eastern Standard Time. And again, it's going to be called the $90 business. Again, if you're looking to grow your business on a low amount of money, then this is the class for you. I will be posting it. And then if you're not on my email list, because I don't know why you're not on my tribe, I don't understand, then I need you to go to my website, which is genesisdorsey.com. Again, that's genesisdorsey.com, and scroll down the homepage. You'll be able to sign up. And last but not least, the S Word Workbook is out, y'all. It is out. I'm so excited. And we actually just upgraded the workbook to now include a 52-week sales tracking planner. And so this actually tracks your weekly progress as well as your monthly progress if you want to hit sales. This is a great workbook for those of you who are in direct sales, MLM sales, or a service-based business. And so this workbook was created for those who want to increase their sales game. If you want to close more behind-the-scenes deals, more in-person deals, if you are a vendor, you want to learn how to sell more at your tables, then this is the workbook for you. We've already sold a lot. They have not gone out yet because we're getting ready to ship them out. And also, too, we are adding the 52-week tracker. So I'm going to be approving that this weekend. And so once I approve that, then they're going to go to printing, okay? And we're going to go out. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to order the S Word tonight. Go get it tonight so that when you get it to your door, you can start using the workbook. Okay, guys? Love you guys so much. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining, and I will talk to you guys this Saturday, December the 1st at 12 noon, where we're going to be talking about how to start a $90 business. Okay, guys? Bye, Instagram. See you later, and see you later, Facebook, guys. See you later. Bye. Okay, and then we have YouTube, which, of course, I leave for last because I always want to say goodnight to you guys. Okay, let me get you guys up here. See you guys later. Have a great night.